Hi fam! Welcome to the third episode of EduKuizon.
EduKuizon.
Ano ba pag-uusapan natin sa video na to, Matt?
So for this episode, we'll be talking about intentional living.
Intentional living, ano yun?
Ay, yung topic na hindi rin ako familiar masyado dyan. But I know from the keywords intentional and living, it's gonna be interesting at ma-apply natin talaga sa buhay natin. So,
Feeling ko, parang intentional living, kung paano mo i-live yung life mo.
ano ba? Ano ba? Kasi
Feeling
manilig
ko
mo
ganun
intentional
yun.
living, anong narinig mo?
Yun. So parang intentional living. You live according to your intentions. Woo! Char!
Ako, pag intentional living, para sa akin, parang planned. Lahat ng gagawin mo, planado. Pati yung mga risk na kasama, na foresee mo na rin. So, alam mo na paano mo
I-handle. ganun.
paano mo actionan in case na may mangyaring hindi inaasahan.
Okay, kaya continue to watch this video but do not forget to like, share, and subscribe.
So, let's start.
Let's start! So, we invited someone who is knowledgeable about intentional living para malaman naman natin yun, di ba? New knowledge. Char.
So, she is Mariel Rodriguez, aka List Girl, and she is an organization extraordinary. So, masasabi natin na,
Interesting.
based sa mga blog articles niya, masasabi natin na marami talaga siyang alam. And it seems na ina-apply talaga niya yung alam niya sa mga araw-araw niya pamumuhay.
At gusto nating malaman yung nalalaman niya, di ba?
List Girl.
Aha!
Hello. Okay, hello. Hi, Teacher Joyce. Hi, Matthew. Sabi ni si Zane, ang tatawag ko daw sa'yo is
Ano ba? Bobby?
Bobby. Bobby daw ang pangalan mo talaga. So, hi, thank you for inviting me. Thank you for reaching out to me to guest in your EduKuizon series. I hope na you learn a thing or two.
Yes.
Natutuwa ako na interested ka about intentional living and bullet journaling, etc. So before anything else, I would like to first introduce myself to everyone. I am Mariel Rodriguez, pero hindi yung kapitbahay ni Kuya. Hindi ko alam kung nasan si Robin Padilla. But, lagi kasi siyang tinatanong sa akin. But anyway, I did not come here as myself. I am here as this girl. And I do not, disclaimer lang, na I do not want to pose here as an authority of anything. So, chikahan lang to. I'm just sharing what I know that from my experience with various stuff revolving this. So, Celeste Girl, I coined the term nung college kasi I needed to make a video presentation about myself. And dun sa last part, I said na I'm a list girl and I love it. Parang daw. Out of my love for making lists. But I have list for anything. I have a list for my favorite names. I have list for my favorite words, films that I want my future children to see, even when I was single at the time. So looking for forward thinking. And then I also have a list for concepts that I learned from TV series and movies or kaya yung mga nakikita ko on books. Actually, alam niyo ba tong mga to? Like cheerleader effect, graduation goggles, Florence Nightingale effect. Nanonood ba kayo ng How I Met?
No.
Teacher Joyce and Bobby. Hindi. Why? Pero ito, kung manood kayo, makikita niyo to. Yung sa cheerleader effect, bale, para siyang cognitive bias siya, where people tend to think na a person is more attractive than he or she really is when seen in a group than individually. So yung leverage on star magic, kapag nagla-launch siya ng mga talents, di ba? Usually, lina-launch nila in groups until makapag-establish ng following ng person na yun. And then, for graduation goggles, ito yung relief and nostalgia na you feel when something is about to end, even if the experience was completely miserable. So, feeling ko ito yung reason kaya maraming couples na about to break na hindi natutuloy. Kunwari, miserable yung experience mo nung high school. Tapos, come graduation, bigla kang nostalgic. Parang ayaw mong umalis. Yun yung graduation goggles. And then yung Florence Nightingale effect, wala sa Back to the Future lang to, if familiar kayo. So sabi doon, it's the reason si Dr. Emmett, sabi niya kay Marty, na in love yung mother ni Marty sa kanya when he went back in time because he looked like a sick puppy. Kasi yung Florence Nightingale effect, it is the reason why when doctor or nurses fall in love with their patient. So yun, just to prove a point na may list ako for everything. I have this in file. But I realized my love for this goes on something deeper. Hindi lang siya something to look back on na random lang. But I realized na it reveals how I operate best. And I don't just mean in school or at work, but on a day-to-day basis. Which is why I created the List Girl, the brand. I created an account on Instagram. Initially, gusto ko lang naman magkaroon ng space to dump yung everything around bullet journaling. And then later on, organization as a whole. Si List Girl, ang List Girl credo niya is intentional living. So this is where everything on List Girl revolves around with, when we say credo, yun yung ideology or yung core belief system that I adhere to as this girl. So, kayo po ba, have you heard about intentional living? Ever? Before tayo
Yung
meet
term
siguro.
talaga na intentional living, sa'yo ko lang nakita yung intentional living sa vlog mo tsaka sa social media accounts.
Sabi ni Matilde kasi intentional living, ano kaya meron? Parang ganun.
Talaga po. Sa akin na hindi siya intentional living yung brand, pero sa church siguro, living with intent. Ang magandang tanong siguro is what does it mean ba kapag may intention ng isang tao? 'Di ba usually parang pag sinabing may intention, negative yung connotation. Pero hindi talaga. Ibig sabihin lang naman ng may intention is that person means to do this certain action with a respective reason. So, it's a lot like that.
Yung pag sa iba intentional living, kunwari yung mga next steps mo, parang nakita mo na siya, planned ahead na siya. And there is that confidence.
Medyo similar. Oo. As we go along, we could hihimayin natin yun. How, in a way, tama yung sinasabi mo. Pero I guess in simplest terms, for me, intentional living, it aligns your actions to your goals and to your set of values. So, hindi ka nag-walk through life mindlessly nang nakapiring yung mata mo. You have the end in mind, pero you also know that the end does not justify the means. Diba usually sinasabi yun, na okay lang ginawa mo yan, kasi at least you get this, at least you achieve this. Pero, when we say end, these are the goals. When we say means, these are the actions that we take. And then, with intentional living, we make sure na yung actions natin is aligned with our values. And why is that important? Because you want to have cohesion in your life. Kasi for me, cohesion gives us peace. Why is this so? Paano ba yun nangyayari? For me, you eliminate the struggle kasi of contradicting your own self. So, hindi ka nakikipagtalas sa sarili mo. Walang matatanggal yung internal conflict or at the very least, mababawasan. And you can stand with your decisions with integrity and proud ka. And of course, lahat naman tayo, complex human beings. So, hindi siya agad na-achieve. Hindi siya mapaperfect. Hindi naman tayo branding. There's a lot of things that is going on with ourselves as human beings, diba? So the point of intentional living is not to reach the nirvana stage, but to try each day to get there. So sa mga cliche na terms, it's the journey, not the destination. Sabi nga ng isang great philosopher, it's a climb.
Yes.
Sige, tutuloy ko na lang. So, yung intentional living, it might sound overwhelming for other people. It might sound like a manual for overthinkers. And I feel like hindi ko siya i-refute, hindi ko siya tatanggihin. Kasi ako, I'm an overthinker. So, maybe it is a manual for us. Pero I feel like I like thinking things through lang naman. And I want to do it 100 times. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Because in fact, a lot of times, maraming beses sa atin, diba, na when you ask other people why they do a certain thing, especially kapag mistake siya, they wouldn't know the answer. Katulad sa mga manloloko dyan. Yung famous na phrase nila, hindi ko alam, nangyari na lang. So, hugot. But for me, a good life is something that you make happen and not what happens to you. Ako kasi I'm not a spontaneous person. I'm not fond of going with the flow. Pero kaya ko naman. Kaladkarin kasi ako. Kunwari, yayayain niyo ako to hang out. Or, pwede ba yung mga ganun dito sinasabi? Yayayain niyo ako to hang out. Kaladkarin naman ako. G lang ako. Pero in general terms, hindi ako very spontaneous person. I like having a plan. So what I am is assertive. I like going after what I want instead of waiting for things to fall into my lap. Tapos #blessed.
Sabi niya, parang planner by nature kasi siya as a person. Paano yan pag may spontaneity na nangyayari sa araw? Paano mo yun?
Hindi.
Parang
What happens kapag merong umentra na extra na hindi ko naman pinano, parang gano'n. Okay lang, kasi you need to also be able to adjust. And kaya magpo-provide ka ng leeway. You need to know na yung plano mo is just a guide or a skeleton to your life. Para hindi ka mindless, oo. Pero, but also know na yung mga mangyayari sa atin, hindi rin naman natin hawak. Pero those that we can control, we try to. I guess dito sa Pilipinas, I feel like merong bad connotation with being assertive. Kunwari, yung trying hard, di ba? We use it as an insult to people who try too hard. Pero ano bang masama doon, di ba? When you try too hard, kasi you want something so bad, naririnig niyo po ba yun?
Yes.
We put down, sobrang common siya na expression. We also put down other people for chasing their own happiness. We call them discontent, kunwari, with cosmetics and surgery. Kaya hot topic yan kapag may nalaman na nagparetoke na artista. Sasabihin nila na, hindi ka given. Siya insecure, hindi naman siya tunay na maganda. Pero ano ba yung tunay? Who are you to say? Charot. Pero di ba? What is real beauty anyway? And then, for those trying to better their lives, and gusto nilang to try something new, they want to be risk takers, tatawagan sila ambisyoso. So, these are sobrang common na naririnig natin. Kasi, we are a timid nation. But even God wants us to grow what He gives us. For example, dun sa parable of the talents. Familiar po ba kayo doon?
Parang hindi pa rin yata yung tinatago ba niya? Yung pera? Parang
Correct. Oo. Parang yung master, meron siyang 3 servants. Tapos binigyan niya ng different amount ng talents. Tapos may isa sa kanila na tinago lang. Tapos yung iba, grinow nila yung binigay sa kanila.
Yes.
Tapos yung iba, tinawag ng master na you have been a good and faithful servant. Except dun sa, yung binigay sa kanya, tinago lang niya. And
Tama.
hinungkay niya na lang nung bumalik yung master niya. So yun. So ako, if I want to make something happen, I have to know it. That is where intentional living comes in. And yung entry point dyan is North Star. Familiar po ba kayo sa North Star? Yung star sa North. Medyo ko lang. Yung North Star po, yun yung brightest star in the constellation of Ursa Minor.
Sabi ko nga,
Oo, yun. Tama. Ginagawa siyang landmark or sky marker. Fina-follow nila to determine direction. To lead to their destination. Usually nga, nako-confuse po ito dun sa Christmas star, kung saan yung 3 kings finalo na lang yung Christmas star to get to baby Jesus when he was born. Pero magkaiba yun. Magkaiba daw po yun. So yung North Star, yun yung personal mission statement natin. So yung values natin, yung goals natin in life, yung action steps, they can change. Pero yung North Star natin doesn't. So, for Christians, usually, ang ginagamit nilang, ang North Star nila, although hindi nila alam yung term, is in everything, they want to bring glory and honor to God. Sa akin, I will share my personal North Star is ito. Okay lang ba? Share ko yung akin. I am empowered before I am wise, before I am kind, before I am happy, before I am pretty. So, yan. Yung personal North Star ko, mas maganda siguro siya ma-appreciate kung babalik ta rin ko. Ibig sabihin lang, I can only be pretty if I am happy. I can only be happy if I am kind. I can only be kind if I am wise. And I can only be wise if I am empowered. So, para siyang set of priorities for life. And in that order. Ayun. So, when we know our North Star, mahirap yun alamin, i-discover. Hindi siya ganun lang. Hindi siya overnight na lalaman. So, I suggest na you take your time to know it and rediscover yourself. Kung ano ba yung nagiging driving force natin in our lives.
Yung pagsayang North Star, parang yun ba yung why mo? Parang yung purpose mo for living?
Correct. Ang ganda, oo. Pero, it is our why. So, when we know our why, we move on to our values. So, yung values usually, masyado siyang profound, diba? So, ako, what I do to capture them better and make sure na wala akong any aspects in my life na nakakalimutan, make sure na I don't leave any rocks unturned. I list down different aspects in my life. So, these are the examples. Ito yung pinaka-common na usually ginagamit. Relationships, finances, health, career, spiritual, and community. So, you write down your values for each of the categories. And if you have a pen and paper, you can write this down. So, putting pen to paper helps us put yung mga abstract na bagay into something more comprehensible, something more concrete. And huwag mong isipin muna if nagre-reflect na ba ito sa life ko. If hindi mo pa alam yung values mo, this is the chance to confront yourself. So, okay lang yun. We will rediscover what matters to us. And then it's important for us to take our time. What values do you hold for your relationships, for your finances, for your health, for your career, spiritual, community? Sa akin, I will share muna. Pero later on, I will ask you then. In my career, gusto ko na may integrity ako in everything that I do. And efficient. Gusto ko na madali akong ka-work. And yun, excellent ako lagi sa ginagawa ko. I want my relationships to be honest and liberating. Kumbaga sa Tagalog, mapagpalaya. So, kayo po, alin dyan? Sa finances, kaya?
Siguro sa akin sa lahat, responsible, affect siya sa lahat. Kasi gusto ko na sa relationship ko, ako at saka yung partner, responsible. Sa finances ko, dapat responsible din ako sa health, sa career, especially sa spiritual, at saka sa community. So, yung parang yung one word ko na naisip ko na value na dapat na nakikita ko dito sa 6 na bilog.
Ikaw, Bobby?
Parang wala pa akong malagay
Okay.
na value.
Lang yan. We will, rediscover ourselves.
Yung
So, siguro pro tip,
negative.
yung ask yourself what makes you angry in certain things. Kasi malalaman natin na kung ano yung nag-detect sa atin. It reveals kung ano yung vina-value talaga natin. So, these are 6 items, 6 of the aspects na usually sinasabi. Pero ako, nagdadagdag din ako for recreation and physical. Because for me, unconventional tong dalawa usually. Pero for me kasi, especially now, it's important. I feel like yung rest and being able to enjoy ourselves is also crucial. So, dito nagka-come in yung travel, yung socials, yung hobbies natin na we enjoy. And then for physical, dito pumapasok yung sa mga possessions natin, sa mga gamit natin, and space na meron tayo. For example, for physical, ako, iniiwasan ko talaga. I make sure na I say no to premature substandard purchases. Premature, ibig sabihin, di pa ako ready, di ko pa afford, pero binili ko na. Substandard, yung, ay, nag-sale, tapos na-tempt na ako. So yun, as much as possible, hanggang sa kakayanin, I make sure not to purchase those kind of things. So yun, when we have set our values, we move on to our goals. So usually easier to kasi mas concrete siya, kumbaga. Pero ang tendency kasi sa atin is we have someday mindset. Gawa-gawa ko lang yun. Pero what do we mean by someday mindset? It is when goals are too far off or too vague na they tend not to feel real. So, hindi tayo likely to act on it. Wala tayo gagawin.
Okay.
Yun ang sumpa ng mga bucket lists. Kaya hindi sila nangyayari.
Something.
So, when you create your goal, sobrang gas-gas, pero sobrang helpful to make it smart. Yung specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, time-bound. For example, ako, sa attainable po, dati nung bata-bata ako, may bucket list ako. Linist ko, isa sa mga bucket list ko is to find love. Sobrang hopeless romantic. Pero, it's not a very good goal kasi it's hard to take. Paano ko ba malalaman kung if I were able to find love? What if akala ko nakahanap na ako pero di pa pala? Sana pala nilagay ko dun first boyfriend. And then, I guess dun sa SMART goals, pinaka-importante yung you set a deadline. Kunwari, make it 10 years, make it 5 years. In 10 years, I want to have this. Kayo po, may naisip ba kayo? Kunwari, sa family nyo or sa sarili nyo, may goals po ba kayong naset sa sarili natin?
Retirement.
Retirement.
40.
Anong age?
40?
No.
Gaya-gaya ka. Sa akin natutunan yan.
Short up.
Ang saya ng 40.
Retirement at 40.
Yeah, 40.
Oo, ang galing. Ang saya nun. Sana all. Sana lahat tayo makakapag-retire by 40. So, ayan po. When we set, kapag okay na tayo sa goals, we move on to action steps.